Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're looking at Bisu in the top right against Shine in the bottom left. I think pretty safe to say a couple of fan favorites here. Very much looking forward to seeing these two clash. I gotta tell you, as far as players that did not qualify for ASL this season, the one I am most sad about is Shine. Obviously I'm a big JYJ fan as well, and having him not make it was pretty painful. But Shine came really close. He's such a regular, and I think he just brings his own. The style that he brings that's more strategic than everyone else's is just so much fun. He's really the SOS of StarCraft 1. He's got these amazing strategies, these amazing games. He's just someone you really want to watch a lot. So sad to not have him there. But he's not losing faith, I guess. Still grinding on the ladder, still playing all the time. I'm sure he'll be back next season. Honestly, it feels like a fluke to not have him. But that happens sometimes, right? Several seasons ago, we didn't have Queen. Sharp missed a season. I guess Sharp and Queen are probably a little bit better than Shine. But yeah, Shine is such a regular. It does feel a little bit weird to not have him. Bisu, of course, I think it's like the world would fall apart if he didn't make it into ASL. This guy is just always a top tier player. So we're on Eclipse, a 2-player map. I honestly don't know which way the balance in this matchup goes on this map. There's a lot of crazy different things that can occur. And by the way, he's faking a cannon rush here, because it's actually a gateway opener. But he's like, hey, I might cannon rush you. Shine sniffs that out pretty quick. As his drone goes down, there's no pylon or anything. He's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Anyways, as far as Eclipse goes, so, you have your third base. So it's like the third base is pretty defendable. But when Protoss starts to take like a fourth, I think about the 2 bases that are down here. And like, let's say that this game goes big and you get a third base, then you get your fourth. This top left base probably, that would be a crazy battleground. A lot of the battles probably late game would be between those 2 fourths. But I guess it's not impossible to break those positions. Wait, what? What? He did make a forge. What in the hell? Dude, it's a gateway opener. He's like, no, I'll get a forge too. He's ignoring my threat. Well, here you go. This is kind of crazy. He's going to have to throw down more cannons, though. Yeah. So there's a creep colony on the way. Shine's going to try to recover this. I can't believe this. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so he actually is in range of this Sunken, so that's a little bit painful. The Zerglings come out and start dealing damage to the cannon, because it's really about stopping the cannon. The cannon is the consistent damage here that's going to cause a problem. Oh my god. Bisu. Gonna have 3 cannons up here? Yeah, he's going to be able to hold on to this position and break this down. I just don't think you can make enough units. Well, that sucks. And Shine doesn't have another base. Like, does he try to break this with just Zerglings? Thing is, this stuff isn't tight. Like, the Zerglings can get in there, but like, if you put this, you hold that there, okay, Overlord's going across, Ling's going across. Yeah, I don't think he can save this. So now, he will utilize this Sunken. There is a Sunken bug where you can make it shoot extra far if you can reach something. So, like, we'll see if he actually tries that. It looks like right now he's just trying to break into Bisu's natural, so we don't see that occurring. We'll see if he ends up doing that or not. The thing is, as long as you can... Oh, you see how he's killing that? Okay, so the reason why he was killing that... Okay, I actually wasn't aware that that was in range. I think he wasn't either. But the reason why you kill that off is because if the Sunken can reach it, there's like a little bug where you can retarget it on further away things and kill those. So like this Sunken with heavy micro could actually have killed both these cannons, even though it can't reach them. So anyways, that pylon, I think it was questionable to Bisu whether or not that pylon was in range. sometimes things look funny on an angle, like diagonally. Like I've seen wraiths shoot from what looks like 2 range further than they can shoot when it's at a weird diagonal angle. I think it has something to do with like stretching and resolution, but I'm not sure. Maybe you guys weren't aware, but I'm not a computer expert. Okay, so that was our opening. 1 hatch spire. Well, I guess we get a weird cheesy game. Maybe a bit anticlimactic, but that was an interesting push. I've seen Mini do something kind of similar before. I can't remember the last time I saw that though. Like I'm pretty sure it was a mini game where he added the forge after the gateway and cannon rush someone, but it's like a pretty rare occurrence. Normally, like they do fake that a lot. So I've seen a lot of fakes of that where they're just like Shine did, where he checks, he's like, no, you're not, and they call your bluff and they go expand and they're fine. But yeah, Shine is obviously in an absolutely terrible position here. He's on 13 drones. He's going 1 hatch Muta as if it's a Zerg vs. Zerg. I mean, what is he supposed to do here? If he doesn't catch Bisu massively off guard, you'd imagine that this game is just going to basically end. Like, Bisu gets out some Corsairs and makes Zealots, and you just don't have the Larva nor the economy to do anything as Shine. So Probe's being transferred down here to that natural. Stargate is on the way. 3 mutas are being made, and I don't think he has the mind to put a cannon up. So, I mean, 3 mutas. He's going to be 2-shotting probes. He might be able to get rid of the main. Like, we'll definitely see Bisu start a Dragoon. That's what you do when you're in super trouble against mutas. You're like, I guess I'll make a Dragoon that doesn't have range. All right, second Photon Cannon. This tells us that he's not sure if it's a Hydra Rush. So he's really not preparing for the right thing. These mutas have serious potential here, I guess, but it's only 3. Okay. Okay, he started a cannon here. 1 Corsair. Okay, 2 Scourge, so the Corsair can't really approach. Dragoon gets started, as I told you. All right, he canceled... did he have a cannon there? I'm not sure, but he starts a cannon in that mineral line. So there's definitely a lot of damage being dealt here. His Scourge are waiting for the Corsair to pop out. So he's going to try to pull this back. Yeah, he's trying to drag that in. Yeah, gets the Corsair. Okay, this is insanity. So we're on 12 workers right now. He's got 1 sunken to help him defend against 6 Zealots coming in. Luckily, they don't have +1 attack. Not for a while, at least. And he actually almost kills that Corsair. The Dragoon comes up. He can kill a Dragoon super easy with this. Now, the counterattack is occurring. Shine doing a great job kind of pulling them into sunken range. Mutas continue to dominate the Dragoon. There is another Dragoon on the way. There is another Stargate on the way. This one's unpowered. A cannon snuck its way in up there. So Shine will jump on that as well. He's killing the main. These Zealots are pretty low. The drones could actually kill them at this point. More Lings pop out, though. And he will be able to clear that. This doesn't look breakable. What are we looking at here? Literally a 1-hatch Muta build that kills the main base. The natural has to... Like, there's no way to save that, right? He's going to get a second Corsair eventually. He's going 2 Stargate? You couldn't get weirder. You could not get weirder than this game. This is actually reminding me of... This is a very old memory, okay? So this is like from like maybe 2005 or 2006. We were playing a clan war back in StarCraft 1, and Tasos played against this like not too good like South American Zerg player. And we're like, oh yeah, Tasos will beat that guy, no problem. And the guy went 1-hatch Muta against him and killed him. And Tasos had like, I think he had like set his alarm to get up for this nation war. Comes in, loses to 1-hatch Mutalisk. And he was so sad. Logs off. Oh, man, that was... Oh, what a funny memory to come back right now. Anyways. Dumbest cheese. Now, where are we at? Shine is going up to 3 base. This went from, I'm like, okay, well, Bisu has this game down, to Bisu's on 1 gas going 2 Stargate Corsair. He has 1 ground unit. Woo! He's being so careful here. Like, he basically can't replace stuff. Good micro from Bisu for sure. He is so good at Corsair micro. So 6 Corsairs. He is going up to a 7th. I think he's going to re-expand to his main base now. The thing is, he's got to scout what's going on. Like, a Hydra bust at this point could kill him. Carapace upgrade is coming for Shine. I can't believe we're actually in a game that looks like this. If Shine just makes a decent group of Hydras, like, Bisu can't just sit here and make cannons, right? He needs to actually try to catch up, because if it goes towards a macro game, he's making cannons, he loses. But if he tries a macro too hard and Hydras come, he loses. There's no good scenario here for Bisu, it feels like. But you know what? His Corsairs are flying out. He's going to catch some Overlords. You know what? This is going to deal a lot of damage, actually. The Mutas are counterattacking. There are 2 more Corsairs coming. Corsairs turn around. 1 goes out to scout still. So he's going to see the Hydras. 2 more popped. Oh, God. Good splitting from Shine. Really good splitting there. So the Mutas are just running around right now, like trying to kind of escape while he builds up that Hydralist count. I guess the Hydras can protect the Overlords. Can he macro enough Hydras to just go up and break? Okay, he's killing the shield battery. That's a very common thing. You got to kill that to make room for cannons. It's just not helpful against a Hydra rush. Muta's going for a little bit of a counterattack here. Okay, he's sacrificing them just for probes, I guess. And the Scourge going to be able to chase this down. Yeah, the Corsair count is so healthy at this point. He's going to be able to just kind of attack, move through anything that Shine has. Only, like, mass ground units are going to be able to stop these now. Good moving shots. I don't really know what to say about this game. It's so crazy. So, range and speed are done on these Hydras, and he's got 12 of them. There are a few Zealots out here. The Hydras leaving his base means that it's open season on Overlords. He has 7 Overlords here. This can be the grossest supply block ever. That is a lot of Hydras, though. It's not really working. He loses 2 and doesn't kill any Overlords with that. So that's a little bit sad for him. Now, here comes the Hydra bust here from Shine. Does he actually have enough to end this? The cannons are almost finished and the Zealots are getting damaged. That was very, very close. So he's going to be able to bust down the wall. I think he can actually kill the Cybernetics Core as well. Oh my God. All right, going to get the pylon. Yep. Cybernetics Core taking damage. Corsairs rotating back. Temple Archives is already up. Getting that +1 armor as well. Plenty of cannons, so it doesn't seem like he'll get busted anytime soon. What an insane game. So more macro hatches coming up. Definitely feels like, okay, so the Corsairs made me feel like, no, let's do a full retrospective, okay? So the Cannon Rush made me feel like Bisu had the game done. And then the Mutas killing the Maid made me feel like Shine had the game done. Then the Corsairs destroying the Mutas while he expanded. I'm like, okay, we're kind of getting into an interesting position. And then the Hydra's very close to killed him. And now Shine is macroing up really heavily. Tons of hatcheries. Bisu does not have a good standing army. He's way behind. Like, look, the even supplies right now is very, very good for Zerg. But Bisu is getting Psystorm. All right, so he is doing some things that are very good and worthwhile here. He's kind of building towards something that can fight. But Shine's macro is going to take over, I think. He's just got a lot of hatches. He's got more drones. He's going to have 4 mining locations relatively soon here. And a lurker contained to boot? Yeah. I think Shine has somehow masterfully, after losing his natural hatchery, steered this game into a completely winning position. Bisu trying to make the Corsairs do some work for him. Doesn't want to sacrifice them, though, of course. Group of Speed Zealots coming out onto the map. I believe he has +1 armor just about done. By the way, Kadarin Amulet on the way, so Bisu being serious about this recovery. There's just so many lurkers. He is getting the robotics, but dude, if you're just rally up like Lurker Hydra, honestly, I've seen, again, it's been like years since I've seen it, but I saw a game recently where someone brought up a drone, made a hatch, and added Sunken Spore here. And as soon as you do that, it's like impossible for Protoss. I would love to see Shine do that, and he's the type of player that I think could and or would try something like that. Now, the Zealots come in. This is Bisu's big tactic here to try to come back. He wants to kill as many Overlords as is possible. His Zealots sucking up all the Hydra shots. If they try to target Corsairs, they'll just die quicker. And he is getting a massive amount of them killed off. More Hydras coming home to try to help. That is a lot of damage. They do have that +1 armor. If they didn't, he would have killed a lot more here. But now Shine has another base. So 4 bases mining. 3, 6, 7 hatcheries macroing. 10 maids of milking. It looks bad. It looks bad for our Protoss god here. What a game. What a crazy game. This is one of those unicorn games where you're like, wow. This is the type of game where like you're watching this live and you want to go to bed and you're like, no, I can't. I have to see how this ends. I'm having that feeling right now. I'm like, come on. All right. Like this is such a crazy thing to see. I don't think Bisu's going to actually ever break out. I think what we'll see is basically Shine just rallying up and Bisu like coming out and like being reasonably efficient, but Shine has twice as much economy, or very close to twice as much economy here. So Psystorm Dragoon, obviously, that's got to be what he goes for. Wouldn't mind to see those Corsairs rotate out. There are a lot of Scourge here kind of waiting. All right, very good Psystorms. But Shine coming up with these Hydras, picking off what he can. Really good Psystorms. Hold on a second. 6 lurkers. Okay, he's got 10 lurkers. Oh, that's a really good storm right there. The Corsairs actually come down to help out as well. Hydra's count getting really, really low. Scourge coming in. Oh, he pulls him back with the sickest storm! Oh my god! The control of Bisu here, unreal. Okay, so Bisu is legitimately breaking out of here now. Shine kind of brings it back into an arc a little bit. By the way, the Corsairs are trying to find something. There's a random Zealot in the main base of Shine as well. Okay, I guess so. Bisu is pretty close to breaking out. I think if he brings his Zealots down, he might be able to. More Hydras are rallying up, though, which is going to make it harder and harder the whole time. Corsairs come up. That's a lot of Overlords he might be able to kill off. Zealot's doing a pretty good job tanking as the lurker count falls off a little bit. Pulls back here. Dragoons being retained. High Templars being retained. Going after some of these overlords still. Shine is still sitting here macroing on 4 base. Bisu suddenly has more supply. He's out of minerals at his natural, of course. Like, you never see that because the main base was killed, so he didn't mine from it for a long time. But he's got to expand. He brings his probes up. Just a pure Hydra Lurker being made. You know, sometimes Zerg gets into these positions where they're going Hydra Lurker and they just can't really make it to Hive. It's like, no, we got to just keep going Hydra Lurker here. It feels like that position for Shine. I can't see him being like, okay, I'll just go Defilers now. Like, if I'm Shine here, all I want to do is get up here and either get the contain back or, like, kill this base. If you kill that base, the game ends. Like, I mean, I know that I've thought the game is going to end, like, 3 times already, but, like, you have to get this. There's just, he has almost no mining going on right now. There's a few hundred minerals in there. You can make, like, 4 Dragoons more, and that's about it. So he needs to get this base up. So maybe that's where Shine, you know, tries to go. One thing to mention is I wouldn't mind seeing Shine throw down like one more hatch, like maybe down there or something, just because it doesn't feel like Bisu can really attack right now. Because again, if you lose this, you die. So like, let's say Bisu starts to attack. If Shine runs up here, kills his base, and then just holds on against the attack, the game is his. Anyways, lots of Hydras. He does start the Hive. So going up that tech tree a little bit. Second Evolution Chamber. He does have the Carapace upgrade coming. Bisu. 4th base. Starts his 4th Nexus. Sends a little group up here. And there you go. There's that 5th base that we kind of been waiting for. The probes held back as the attack was coming up. He's got to utilize every resource masterfully. Shine's supply getting higher. You'd think Shine is going to hit a level where he has so many units he can just kind of attack move. I mean, how many Psystorms can Bisu really have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th one relatively close. I mean, I guess that is a lot of Psystorms. Hive is coming up. Melee attack on the way. So, yeah, it looks like the Hive might be for Adrenal upgrade. Most specifically, like, he'll probably... I mean, if you're going to have Hive, you may as well make the Defiler Mound, right? But, like, Cracklings are I think the quickest thing you can get out of Hive that really makes a big difference. And there is the Defiler Mound. You know, I didn't think he'd get into that. I thought he would just be, like, Hydra Lurker Man and try to brute force his way through the game, but Shine is now playing a defensive position. I didn't really expect this. With the amount of supply he has, like, I thought for sure, I think most Zergs would play this a little bit more aggressively, but Shine pulling back kind of defensively, taking a 5th base, going towards Defiler tech. The thing is, a lot of times it's just what you're comfortable with. You know, if you know this position, if you're like, yeah, no, I'm really good with Defilers against Protoss, I feel like I know how to play that really well. Sometimes going towards that, even though in the broad scheme of things, maybe that's slightly lower win rate across the board, for you it might be a higher win rate because you really understand your game plan and what you want to do with that. Okay, Bisu has his 4th base up and running. 4 base Protoss in this matchup is like pretty insane as far as cost efficiency goes. The amount of gas he has coming in is crazy. Look at this. Look at the 6 High Templars sitting at home. How many has he got over here? 6 over here. Cannons, Archons. Shine, yeah, there's no way for him to really attack right now. He is getting consumed. He has a lot of Zerglings. I'm sure he got Adrenal. I didn't try to pay attention to that, but that's like one of the best upgrades in the entire game. Oh, he actually made Archons out of those High Templars. That's kind of interesting. This might be to kind of hedge against that mass amount of Zerglings, get a little bit more tanking into his army. His army supply is not that bad because his probe count's very low. Is Bisu going to attack? Yeah, almost loses that one. Did he shift click this out of his army to go heal? I would actually be the biggest fan of that move. I feel like if I was a Protoss player, when I got an Archon down that low, I'd be like, well, you don't want to lose this thing. If you just set it to the side for a minute, you know, it's going to be so much stronger. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Okay, Bisu going to deny this base. Almost every base being taken. Top left, not yet. Top left is kind of a hard base to hold. Well, I mean, I guess since you're holding here, it's not as bad. Oh, he sent it back up to the shield battery. I love it. I love this. This is why Bisu's the best. Okay, Darkstorm goes down. Good Psystorm. Really good Psystorms here. All right, there are a few Lings up here that are really annoying. Those are under Darkstorm technically still. Oh, no! He's killing so many High Templars under that Darkstorm. Dude, he's got so few units to actually deal damage. The Archons only deal their splash damage under the Psystorm. He needs Zealots up there. Oh, he storms his own High Templars. No! No! Shine just coming up, just trying to brute force through this Psystorm, and it runs... He runs out of Darkstorm there and loses it all. Shine is still near max, though. Okay, but a lot of High Templars did die there. He lost like 4? Maybe 5? He is setting up another base in the bottom right. Checks up here, nothing there. You know what? If he holds this, this can become a Bisu winning game pretty quickly. That one additional base, that's just even bases. You can't do that as Zerg. Well, with Defilers, like technically you could, but not likely. Not against Protoss. The Psystorm is just going to be so efficient with this many gases. I can't even believe this game. Okay, nice Plague comes down onto those Dragoons. Like, the Plague grind is real. This is how you start to get some real cost efficiency as Zerg, is just Defiler spell usage. If you're eating up Zerglings, you're plaguing everything, you're throwing down Darkstorms in every fight, you know, your cost efficiency goes way, way up as Zerg. Takes this top left, lays Mass Lurker down there. Great Plagues going down. Bisu still trying to push through here. He does get this base up. He needs to transfer some probes. He doesn't actually have many probes. That's the funny thing. Like, you look at 49, that's 2 geysers and 2 bases. Like, the 2 depleted geysers. He still wants to mine from those. Those are actually still important. So, like, he actually doesn't really have probes to transfer here. He just kind of needs to build some more. Like, I mean, you could go Zerg style and take some of the thickness of the saturation off and send them, but honestly, that lost mining time is also painful, and he is going to send some, so yeah, he's kind of like spreading his probes better for better income. And again, that it's okay. It's okay. It's just, this is not a full economy then. It's still very low as far as workers, but he is making some more. All right, drops are actually on the way for Shine right now. Why not? May as well get some Queen upgrades while we're at it. Pulling back here. The Hydra's trying to break through. Loses that Archon, unfortunately. Shine getting top left set up. Still, he's been maxed out for a very long time here. Bisu's trying to make something happen. Little bit of a sloppy attack there at the beginning. Gonna have to pull back. His Dragoons are mostly plagued already. Just for good measure, plaguing again. All right, we're going to see Darkstorm and Plague going down here, probably. Needs to eat one more. Good high-quality Psystorms coming out. Really unbelievable. The Psystorms are insane. He doesn't really have enough here, I don't think. The DTs come out to fight, but unfortunately there is vision, and the Lurker Spines would get him anyways. Really, really good Side Storms. And look at this. He's going to flank it. His main army coming down as well. Damn, all right. Bisu holds on to the base. Trying to eat some more Defiler food there. Oh, we need to see some good storms, man. Okay. Not too bad, I guess. But misses a couple more Side Storms he could have potentially gotten there. Shine takes the top of this ramp. You're not going to be able to attack move up there. You're going to have to move this way. Kind of a scary army making his way up here. Third base could be attacked. Natural? No. Well, I mean, I guess it just has to do with throwing down Dark Storms. You can negate those cannons. Okay, going after the third. And Bisu just comes right up behind it to clear. Wait, does he actually have enough, though? Yeah, I think just barely here. He does have a couple Zealots in there. The Lurkers move up towards the mineral line. Ooh, a bit painful. And he Lurker Eggs. Oh my god, the Lurker Egg is so smart. He has to storm the Lurker Egg to try to save this. And in the meantime, the Lurkers are getting all his probes. That is a high IQ move right there. All right, he is going to force his way up and save the space, it looks like. Yeah. So the Nexus is not going to die. He saves some of the probes, but more army coming up. Okay, good Side Storms there. Okay, finally the Darkstorm wears off, but it seems like Shine is able to just swarm him. Trying to pull up the ramp a little bit. Bisu, just unbelievable that he's still in this game after losing his main Nexus. We're 31 minutes in, and Bisu is actually making a game of it. Truly one of the greatest players of all time. Okay, I think Shine is not going to be denied here. Like, he is going to be able to break through, I'm pretty sure. Bisu's supply continues to plummet, even though he's got good mining. Oh, man, he's even getting into Reavers now. If only he had a little bit more to just secure this, because as this dies, that's a huge percentage of his income. And now he's split off from this base. You throw up a couple Dark Storms here, and this is definitely going to go down. Yeah. Shine finally going to be able to finish Bisu off. GG. Guys, that was an insane game. I really hope you enjoyed. Link this to a friend, man. What a game. What a crazy game. Thanks for watching.